the right size for him.
Yeah. What do you think, buddy?
Good.
All right. Okay. We got her hooked up. Let me get it. Turn it all the way the other way again. Okay, so in a weird turn of events, of course I have the green midget there, and I put an ad on Craigslist asking for just midget parts because I need some parts to make this car complete, and somebody responded to my ad and said, hey, I've got a midget, what parts are you looking for? And as it turns out, I went up there and had a look at the car, and it's pretty much got everything. So I made a deal for this car, pretty cheap, and we're just gonna see if we can get it to run. So this needs battery, and I don't know what else it needs. He says he's got no idea the last time it ran. He bought it, hasn't had it running, so it hasn't run for years, but we're gonna check it out. So let's see if we can get it going. All right, so let's see what we got here on the Red Midget. So we have a 1500, this is a 1975. We have a 1500. It has a Weber conversion here. This is the, I think this is the Canon manifold. There's no air cleaner, so I wonder if that was because it didn't clear the hood. Anyway, hopefully it hasn't been running without an air cleaner, but it needs a battery, and I don't know if it turns over or not. Just dragged it home with the help of my buddy Jose. Thanks, Jose. And yeah, well, let's check it out. See if we can get it going. All right, put a battery in it. Let's go. All right, so yesterday I brought this Red Midget home, and in talking with the previous owner, he's had it for 3 years. Never was able to get it to run. It sat, in a barn for a long time. The owner before that, not able to get it to run either. The previous guy, the guy I just bought it from, he had tried to install an AccuSpark ignition and said he just was never able to get spark at the spark plug. So I kind of tinkered with it yesterday. There was a bunch of crazy wiring in and around the coil and ignition, so I just kind of sorted through that. I think I've got that wired right now because I'm getting spark at the spark plug, but not enough to get this thing to fire. So I bought some new spark plugs, gapped them to 30 thousandths, and I'm going to install those right now and see if that makes a difference. All right, here we go. All right, so I just stuck 4 brand new NGK 7333s. These are they BP6E or something? I don't know. Something that was, oh, there it is, BP6ES. So those are in. I did, wasn't a big deal to change number 1 behind the alternator. Obviously I couldn't get to it without removing the alternator, so I just loosened this bolt and loosened the pivoting bolt, took the belt off, swung the alternator out of the way, replaced the plug, and just put it all back together. And the whole operation took 15 minutes literally. So anyway, I'm gonna give it another shot here. Just give it a squirt of starting fluid and see if I can get this thing to go. All right, here we go. Okay. Didn't even try. Try it again here. Okay, well, had to run away and go to work for a couple of hours, but I'm back. I got a couple of hours left on Sunday afternoon here. I really want to get this little midget started today, so I'm going to get back at it again here. See what's going on. I think I need to maybe put a little bit of juice to it. I'm not getting enough cranking power, so that's next. Okay, so fuel pump's not working. It is Well, it's leaking fuel onto the starter motor, so clearly the fuel pump doesn't work on this engine, so no fuel is making it up to the carburetor here. I'm going to dump some fuel just to see what's going on here. I don't know, it's probably too much, but give that a shot. Okay, Reagan, hit it. What? Woohoo! A lot of oil coming out of there. Woohoo! Alright. Alright, so I was able to spend the majority, well, a few hours anyway this afternoon tinkering with the Red Midget. And as you saw in the previous clip, we were able to get it started and it runs. Sounds pretty good. But I had to pour gas down the carburetor because the fuel pump not working. So I removed the fuel pump and I could tell it was trying. It was wheezing, puffing, so I pulled it apart and the diaphragm's all cracked inside. And so that's a non-starter. But see, this one is a MOD-DEP that is made in Italy, and it's what was on the car. It was trying, it just wouldn't pull fuel. So I pulled the other fuel pump off of the engine that came with the green Midget, and that is this guy. It is an AC that is an AC type RA1 made in England. Anyway, this guy didn't do anything at all. Like, I primed it with fuel, and boy, it wasn't even trying. So anyway, I know there's a debate going on in the forum about whether or not to continue trying to use a mechanical pump or just make the switch to an electric pump. So if anybody could chime in on that, I'd like to just stick a mechanical pump back on there and get the car running. But if it's a better long-term fix to mount an electric pump, I'd like to hear about that too. So yeah, 2 fuel pumps, both crappers. But otherwise, it's a good day. So onward.